So, thank you for the opportunity to talk 5 minutes about productivity of services, which is really a challenge. Well, I will provide you with some insights of a project that we are currently running, Prometheus project. And well, the motivation is how can we improve something we can't store, and which has a variety of different qualities, measures, of course. And therefore, we have a research agenda, because I think productivity is nothing new so far. Of course, it's a well-known problem in industry. So we have reviewed all the available approaches and articles which are available and asked a simple question, why? How to measure service productivity? Of course, you struggled as well into this question. I think could this be measured, and what is the particular aspect which has to be considered? What are the dimensions which are important if we are looking at this problem? And there are two challenges at hand, I think. First of all, we have to offer productivity itself as a service to customers in future, I'm quite sure, because we're talking of usage, and we have to design and measure service productivity itself. And traditionally, we look at productivity in this kind of way. Of course, we have a productive workforce, but typically no customer involved into this whole process. So is this low or high productivity? What do you think? Yeah, I would say rather low productivity. So there's still room and space for improvements. Of course, I have to admit that Horst is really productive. And of course, we have as well the situation, and this is exactly when productivity comes into to the fore. If we look at service productivity, for example, if it's too high, for example, and in this case, I think it's a bit too high, it's a bit too much dedication. And the motivation behind service productivity is, of course, that we have more and more today these product service systems. This means that we have a seamless offering of product and services which are interacting. And this can be explained that there is a change going on away from buying products, of course. You all know this. I heard it at least the afternoon in many sessions, to more use of these products. So what is the added value that we are offering with these products? And of course, the key messages behind this are servitization, augmenting products with services. This means then you're lucky that you just have to learn or educate your customers to pay for services. But I think the other aspect is quite more challenging if you put products to the center of your value creation. This means you are changing the value base. And this is happening, for example, as well in these industries, because I'm talking of industrial services. So these are wood harvesting machines. And there's the simple question, what makes the difference between this product and the other product? And of course, these are, for example, services that could be added to this product. So add-on services. But of course, as well, these machines are moving more and more along this continuum towards that they put services in the middle of their value creation. This means we have to look more to availability and probably financing services and as well maintenance services. Well, and there's the simple question, because I think even these services will become a commodity, even if we are innovative and if we have a lot of new ideas. But what makes the difference? And we can look, for example, at the situation of airlines, where we have a lot of similar, I think I have to push the button, similar offerings. And just a question, what makes really the difference between these offerings? Okay, so this seems to be as well not really productive. And if we look at service productivity, it's not just the service process, of course, but it's as well capacity, and it's as well something like we call external efficiency, which means, I heard a lot of this concept today, it's the customer experience, for example. But it can be reduced simply as well to quality, and of course, we need to earn money with it. So profitability is as well an important concept. So typically, we look from the inside to this problem. This means we look at service operations simply. And forget often that there's still a customer. And if we, for example, look at this queue of the airlines, we have a low productivity and we could put more resources into this process, more capacities. And the question is, will it really increase the productivity? It can happen that the customer is still not really happy, and we have therefore as well consider customer productivity to be part of service productivity. This is very important. Think about, reflect about if you really have this in mind. And we talk a lot about design, of course, and I think as well you have to keep this in mind if designing solutions. And these small devices, of course, that we all have are, I think, the driver of these developments because we are able to interact more with the customer. But it's not just the brain, it's as well the gut. And this is the example of IKEA, where we have, what looks a little bit like not to be profitability because it's a waste of resources, probably giving away hot dogs so cheap. But it's the experience for the users, and this means that we have a better service quality, but as well we have to look at internal efficiency, the customer experience, and the capacity efficiency. So keep this in mind, the 5 dimensions which are really important if we look for a productivity formula. It's not so easy as it looks, for example, especially if you want to measure this, but I'm not alone, I'm happy. I'm part of this consortium. I'm representing this project, Promidis. So if you're interested, I would be happy. And I hope to show up probably on another occasion as well here and present some more results and insights of this project, even with a bit more time. Thank you.